drone lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is KM. Today I'm going to show you what I want to do with my Cygnet and my diatone. Well, in this time of age when you can't go out, the best thing to do is to do some modifications or repairs on your quad. As you can see, this is my diatone and it's using the original, this is not my diatone. This is my Cygnet and using a Runcam Split Mini 2. I just ordered and it just came in about 2 months ago, which I didn't do anything about it. This is the Caddx Tarsier. Okay, Caddx Tarsier is a 2-layer board. Okay, 2-layer board, and it goes here into the Cygnet. Well, the plan is to put the Tarsier into the Cygnet, which is, you can see that the width of the camera is the same as the Runcam Split Mini 2. The lens itself is much smaller than the Runcam Split Mini 2, but it has two cameras, one for the HD recording and the other one for the FPV. Okay, you can see that the size of the camera lens is so much difference. Okay, and the board itself, I plan to put it on top because there are 2 layers here, so it's best to put the, you can see from here at the moment the camera board for the Runcam Split Mini is at the bottom and my receiver is on the 2nd layer. So I have to move my receiver down and put the Tarsier's board on top, and then hopefully the weight, if mid-weight permits, I will put the Runcam Split Mini 2 into the diatone. Okay, I haven't figured out yet where to put it, but it should be able to fit one more stack. If not, then I have to put some spacers to move the cover or the hood about a couple of millimeters higher, so that it is able to fit one more stack. Okay, I'll get to work and I will show you the end result of my Cygnet. Okay, I'm back at the bench with the Tarsier partially connected. So the Tarsier, now you can see the board itself is facing this direction with the SD card on the left. So why is the reason why do you think that I put the camera board on top of the receiver? I think it's because I want to make use of the current standoff, okay, here as a center nut between the bottom board and the top board or screw. You see it's right at the middle. So I can actually make use of the existing nut or screw with the ones that are provided by the Tarsier, which is roughly the same length. Okay, so it's roughly the same length, okay, from the bottom to the middle. So this one goes to that standoff halfway, and this one goes down into that standoff halfway. And in this way, I don't need to buy any additional screws. But what I need to buy is these wires here. You see, these wires, the Tarsier comes with a 1.5 mm pitch connector and only 3 pins. Whereas in the flight controller of, let me get the flight controller. The flight controller of the Cygnet uses a 4-pin, okay? A 4-pin, but it's 1 mm pitch. So I recommend that you buy one of this. I have the links below. You can check it out where to buy this from. This pack comes with all the 1mm connectors 3 pin, 4 pin, 5 pin, and then with all the cables or the wires that have already 2 ends crimped with the inserts. So you just need to plug in this into the connector here. And fortunately for the Tarsier, the connector that is connected to the Tarsier's camera board is also a 1mm. So I can take one of these wires, plug it here, and the other end, I just choose one of these 4 pin ones and then plug the other end in here. And then uses this 4 pin connector to plug into the connector on the flight controller. Okay, so the flight controller, you can see, is already here, this connector here. Okay, it's a 4 pin one. So that's it. So I'm going to install it and then we'll see. After I install this, I will just do a simple power measurement to see if my quadcopter is still working with the power transmitting at 200 milliwatt at another workbench. Okay, see you later. Okay, as you know, I have already repaired my Cygnet. So now I'm just going to verify the power that is transmitted at the VTX. So I'm going to use a power sensor, and this power sensor I have to calibrate it first. So first thing I need to do is to zero it. Okay, and the frequency I should use is 5.806 GHz. So now I just connect it up to the quadcopter, and first I stop the measurement. Okay, and then I power on. Okay, let's do a measurement now. Okay, it's 180 milliwatts upon power up. The power is slowly decreasing as the quadcopter gets hotter because the VTX itself is getting hotter. So if it's flying in the wind, it should be okay. Let me stop it and power off before I take off the power sensor. That's it. So we know that the power is at the maximum already, almost 200 milliwatts. This is the spec of the Cygnet CX3. So right now, I think if I fly in the field, I wouldn't get any more breakup behind the trees. Okie dokie, I'm back at the bench after assembling the Caddx Tarsier. So the Caddx Tarsier, it looks nice with 2 lenses. The top one is the HD camera and the bottom one is the FPV. So you will notice that there's a word Tarsier here. So that's the bottom, and the word Caddx on top, which is the top. So anyway, if you mount it reverse, there is also a way to invert the camera. Okay, so right now, one thing I need to configure here is the OS, is the camera standard. So it comes with a PAL, and I'm using NTSC. So I have to change to NTSC in order to be able to get my OSD. So I will show you how I do that. In your Caddx Tarsier, you will also receive one of these joysticks. So this is just a joystick. You can press, put it up, down, left, right, and also enter. So in your Caddx Tarsier, you will have this cable here that goes into the connector. Okay, so this cable actually, it allows you to connect this board into here. Okay. Okay, just connect it up. Okay. So what I did, let me show you on my camera. Okay, first we have to power up the quad. Okay, so there's a video. You can see. So you can see that now I show it to you. This is how it works. Okay, look at this. And now I'm pressing the button, enter. So you can adjust the brightness by pressing the AE. Then you can increase left and right to increase the brightness or decrease the brightness. Okay, I've already set to 24, and then I go on return. Just put the joystick to down until you return. And what I did change here is in the video setting. Okay, press enter here. Okay, you see there's a NTSC and there's a PAL. Okay, so when you set to the PAL is straight away changed, and then there is no OSD anymore because that's the way it is. So you want your OSD, you enter your video setting to NTSC again. Okay, and your OSD comes back. Okay, so this is how you actually set it. If you have no OSD, this is one of the reasons for the Tarsier. Okay, right now let me test to see if okay, I remove the joystick first. Okay, make sure the propeller is not touching the wires. Okay, let me switch on my Taranis.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Okay, let me select Cygnet. Okay, so this is using an XM Plus. XM Plus does not have any telemetry. So you can see if I go back to the models here and hold the page button down twice to page 11. Okay, there is no telemetry. Okay, because it's XM Plus, so no telemetry, but I plan to put in the RX-XR receiver in here. That will be the next project, and it will be placed the same place at the bottom here, the bottom stack below the camera, the Caddx Tarsier board, and it will be a RX-XR receiver. And then we will use F-port, and the F-port should have only one wire, and with one wire we can control the quad and receive telemetry at the same time. But for now, I will just have to test to see if the quad works. Okay, let me now try out the. Okay, so move the quad around. Okay, it shows that the flight controller is working. So because in this day with pandemic lockdown, we can't go out to test the quad by flying. This is the best I can do to actually test to ensure that the quad is now working, and also not only working but working with the new FPV camera and the new HD camera that is inside recording, which is now recording with the Tarsier. One thing to take note, for your SD card, make sure you format it in FAT32 in blocks of 64K. Otherwise, your Tarsier would not recognize the SD card. This is a very strange requirement. So anyway, this is in the small little leaflet. If your eyes are sharp enough, you can pick it up because it's so small. Anyway, take note of that. So if you format the SD card to 64K FAT32, your SD card should be able to recognize. And make sure you put maximum of 32 gigabytes. Don't put anything above 32 gigabytes. It will not recognize as well. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do, and if you do learn anything from here. And also, if you like it, subscribe to my channel as well by clicking on the button, the drone picture on the right top, And inside there, you can click on subscribe and turn on the notification bell to all, and so that you can receive any of my future videos. Well, have a nice day. Thank you for watching again, and goodbye. Okay, last thing before I close, I forgot to weigh the quad earlier. So now I'm going to weigh the quad with Tarsier in. The weight is now 234 grams.